It's the NFL on EA Sports as we are in the inner harbor of Baltimore at M&T Bank Stadium. Here's a scene a short time ago. The Ravens introduced to this sellout crowd, and through a sea of pyrotechnics, out they came from the tunnel. We're set to go as the Ravens get ready to match up with the Washington Redskins. Here's Hopkins now out to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. He can't avoid the pressure. Redskins get there. Reuben Foster. He's the culprit, dropping him for a 2-yard loss. That's called setting the tone right away.
It certainly is, and it lets you know just how important communication is amongst the offensive line. They talk about it all the time, knowing each other's moves. You've got to be coordinated and in sync. Otherwise, your quarterback gets hit.
6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
And the former Heisman winner, this is Mark Ingram. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it. So those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Jackson. He's got it to Ingram. Complete. But now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball.
He rifles one that's intercepted. It's Quentin Dunbar with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts.
On set. Hey, no, switch the mic right here. Go grab. Not here. Big ass. Go take. Kill. Hey, turn it up. He's coming. Double up. Trust. Watch the ship. Hey. Watch the ship. Let go.
First carry for Darius Geis. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. You'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
Motion.
Geis with a carry on 2nd down. And he'll get only a couple up to the 22.
Well, that's all about doing the dirty work right there defensively. 2nd and short yardage, that's all about plugging those gaps, not giving a running back a crease to run through, and has a nice job to hold him just a couple and force a 3rd down.
Big stop, G. Big stop. Let's go. Back. Check nickel. Go. Motion. Shit. Alert 3.
Now the first carry for Adrian Peterson. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the 1st down. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, where that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front and linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
They run again on first down. Peterson. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. Earl Thomas in on the stop.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground.
Watch safety creep. Watch safety. Safety's creeping.
On second down, Peterson. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
That run is what defenses don't like about dealing with Adrian Peterson. His ability to drop a shoulder and run through contact.
And he's amazing at keeping those strong legs going, isn't he?
For him, no run is ever truly over. I mean, he's actually not even convinced that when they blow the whistle, he's actually down. That's how he finishes runs in a big way.
Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10.
Hatchet. Whip. Watch the whip. Go.
Shotgun handoff down to Geis. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1. Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Kill. Tighten up. Check. Hey.
From midfield now, Haskins. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. And that's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Mike 48. 48.
They'll try and throw forward with Haskins. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Tony Jefferson. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. He was looking for Paul Richardson there.
This interception will go on the record of the quarterback, but as a receiver, you've got to understand where you are in the field. Middle portion, you know it's going to come in hot. Square your body to the quarterback and be ready to make the catch.
And they do finally get him at the 12. A big effort that time out of Ingram. 46 yards on the ground. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Ingram. He'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3. Not quite the success they had last play. This one goes for 3 yards.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 7.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. We're scoreless after one. Second quarter now from Baltimore. It's the Ravens in possession. They're on the march, but facing a third down here. They'll fake the give to Ingram. Now Jackson. Flushed out right. And it's 6 points for the Baltimore Ravens. Well, that drive felt like it took up an eternity. We finally have some action on the scoreboard.
Yeah, but plenty of action prior to, because that drive took up all the first quarter before we spilled into the second, and finally, points were registered.
On the other sideline, they're chomping at the bit just to get the football. Tucker with the extra point, and that makes the score 7. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Out of the gun, Geis. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up third down.
Just like that. Just like that. 48 month. 48 month. Here we go.
Now Haskins, third and long. And he finds McLaurin. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. Give him 22 yards, and that's also where they snapped it from, the 22.
A gain of 22 yards. First down, Washington.
Check 48's the mic. Check 48's the mic. I got one. Kill. Go. Check three. Wide.
On first and 10, it's Haskins. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Marching in for the sack, Matthew Judon. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it. But it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
Shift. Check 52. Go.
To try again after the sack. Haskins, and he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Escaping the pressure right. Now he'll let... And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie. And he will take this all the way up past the 40-yard line.
Okay, it's real simple to say from here, but we know that sometimes as a quarterback, you've got to know when to say when and just throw it away. Flushed out to the right, tries to make something out of nothing here, and he winds up floating one downfield that gets intercepted.
Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
I'd say it's pretty good strategy. If you throw interceptions on back-to-back drives, let's see if the running backs can handle the ball a little bit, get things going. And also, you motivate your offensive line. I think they're in the mood to fire out and hit someone.
I thought the defense, though, might be a little more prepared for that run. Pretty good gain on the ground.
Under 10, under pass. Switch it, switch it, switch it. Come on, switch it. Bang, 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 bang.
On the handoff, it's Geis. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. Tim Williams makes the tackle.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
It goes as a gain of 6, and it's a first down.
On third down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
Watch the shit. Slam, slam, slam. Try. Tackle it. Shit.
On first down, this is Geis. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. A gain of 3, second down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Snap comes in 1. Now Haskins. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. It's a gain of 5, and that's going to bring up a third down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
No. Check. Cross.
They'll try and get it with Geis. Yeah, this is going to depend on his spot, but I believe he might be a few inches short. It'll be called a gain of 2, and that'll leave him with some options here on 4th and inches. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. This one taken just inside the 10. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
The Ravens take over first and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And 2 picks thrown here in this first half alone. We'll see how that affects it.
Can't wait to see where his confidence is, because the great ones, they'll throw for.
Willie Snead all alone. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Willie Snead, 70 yards. And the Ravens are able to show off their quick strike ability. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 11. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. They go play action here on first down. Steps away to his left. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. Now this throw caught left side. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. They'll run on first down. It's Thompson, and he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the Ravens' 45-yard line.
Hey, yo, Mike 40, Mike 40. Hey, 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 hey. Check 3, check 3, check 3. 36, 36. What? You got tight. You got tight right there. Check, 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 check.
Hand off to Thompson. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. The Redskins on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. They'll run with Thompson. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half.
Here comes the boom. I see you, boy. I see you.
So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt, and that one's not going to get there. And now, due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
At their own 28-yard line.
Let's go now. Get you running. Get you running. Don't let it breathe. Don't let it breathe. Play that time deep. Don't let it hook. Hey, check 24. Watch 24.
Now a play fake here on first down. They'll roll him out right. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. 22 yards there, a first down.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
They'll hand it down to Geis. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Back to the ground. This time it's Peterson. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. Patrick Onwuasor up to make the tackle.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those three guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big, big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5-on-3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they will just roam and hit.
Here's Haskins to throw. And that is incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. So it's not an NFL record, but it's not far off. That'll go in the books as a 61-yard field goal.
And wasn't it weird to see a guy line up for a field goal on the other side of midfield? The ball got halfway there, and you thought, no way is that going to make it, but it just kept carrying and carrying, and he winds up sneaking it right over the bar.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. The drive starts here with a carry by Ingram. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
Watch the ship, watch the ship. Check, check. Lucky.
From midfield now, here's Jackson. Flush to his right. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. Trying to get it to Willie Snead there. And it's 2nd down.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
Jackson now on 2nd and 10. Eluding the pressure right. Outright, this is Boyle, the tight end. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, he couldn't turn it into much more.
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Right about 20 yards on the pickup. And officially, they'll say it's going to go for 19. They toss to Ingram. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On 2nd and a couple. Jackson. He's going to find his tight end, Boyle.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Watch the run.
This is Ingram on 1st and 10. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Flushed out right. His throw caught right around the 6. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They run. It's Mark Ingram. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play, stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. It makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
I got you, son. 51 to Mike, boy, 51.
On second down, it's Edwards. And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. A 4-yard touchdown run, and the Ravens will add on to their lead. Tucker with the extra point, and the lead is up to 15 now. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line.
On the set. 48 to Mike. Hey, come on, now. Hey, look, 48. Hey, we don't make the 48.
On first down, it's Haskins. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that's caught at the 25. Touchdown, Washington. Paul Richardson, 73 yards. And the Redskins are able to cut into that deficit. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go. Look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Dustin Hopkins set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Ravens take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now first and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll run with Ingram here to begin the drive. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. And third quarter here, you've got the lead. This is where that strong run game can really benefit you. Stayed in bounds there, kept the clock going.
I like all the points you just made there. And if you throw the football and it's incomplete, now you stop the clock and you've helped out the guys on the other side of the ball. So keep it in the hands of those runners, keep moving it, keep grinding clock.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Hayden Hurst, former first-round pick, the intended target, and it'll bring up third down.
On the double. Come on, boys, 56. Check, 56. Free bud. 56.
Jackson from the shotgun. To Boyle here over the middle. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
So frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
Don't say nothing. Check nickel.
On first down, Ingram trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. He's already fumbled once in this game, and I thought the ball started to jostle there a little bit, but they got to him quickly at the line of scrimmage.
They sure did. And remember, if you're not a very confident runner and you've already dropped it once, if there's traffic around you, the only thing you think of.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
Single receiver. 56 is the mic. 56 is the mic. Yeah.
They go play action now. Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. And that'll be incomplete. Now, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
They'll try and throw for it to Jackson. Dancing to his left. That escapes the sack. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Ryan Kerrigan. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. Haskins looking to throw on first down. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Second and 10 now. Haskins. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. And he'll go down inside the 15 at his own 13-yard line. He was looking for Paul Richardson there. That's an experienced DB picking off a rookie, and you know sometimes those experienced DBs, they love going against the young pups, don't they?
And I go back to the offseason, had a quick conversation with him about, hey, when you play younger quarterbacks, what's it like for you? And he says it's like being a boxer. I give him a lot of different angles, a lot of different looks, and a lot of times I just beat.
And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Ingram, 87 yards, and the Ravens will extend their lead. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the lead is up to 15 now. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he will bring this back. It's a pick six and a Raven touchdown. And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a fourth quarter comeback.
With emphasis, interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
Tucker with the extra point, and the lead opens up now to 22 points. And This will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. They start the drive with Peterson. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
Second and 6, just inside the 30. Now Haskins to throw on second down. This one complete to Jordan Reed. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. That one a first down pickup of 8.
This game just keeps evolving and changing, doesn't it? You got a tight end who can move around a lot. Not necessarily using a big body on him. Sometimes you take a corner, a better cover guy, and put him on him and try and take him out of the game as we've seen in this one.
You're exactly right. They've taken him out of the game. That was just his first catch. Big reason they're losing right now. And now here's another interception. Picked off here by Jimmy Smith. And that was a young pup, the rookie, being intercepted by a veteran DB.
And I loved our quick conversation in pregame with him on the field, where he said, hey, look, I love playing these young quarterbacks. They don't know a whole lot yet, so I can use my mind to put me in a position to make a play.
Brought in left side by Snead. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
When you call a wide receiver screen, no matter how many blockers you get in front of the guy that catches the ball, there's still an aspect of the guy catching it, turning into a runner, breaking tackles and creating his own yardage, and he just did on that play.
Off the play fake, here's Jackson. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing the football here. Now, obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
And that's how you throw for a whole heap of yards in a game. You get efforts like that from your receivers. How about him laying out for that catch?
Yeah, excellent. Makes the quarterback look a whole lot better. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Washington territory. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Throwing is Jackson. This one complete to Ingram. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. They'll wind up losing 7 yards on the play. And it'll be a 2nd and long. Back to the running game. It's Ingram. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. The Ravens on 3rd down. They have been superb. 5 for 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 16. From the gun, it's Jackson. And that will be incomplete.
They tried to make something happen, but that one came up incomplete and really wasn't a good-looking throw.
Yeah, maybe even go as far as to call that a little ill-advised.
Yeah, I would say so. I think that's the right phrase for it. Definitely ill-advised. Just wonder about his mechanics right now, you know, and that's the tough part. You do so much stuff in practice to make it repetitive, but it has to repeat under pressure, whether it's pressure from the defense or just the pressure of playing the game.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Ready? Go to base. Buzz. Here we go, D. Anxious. Let it roll. West. It's just me. Shut up.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Being chased out left. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Tim Williams, excellent job on that play. A big loss, 18 yards. Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a second and very long. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Redskin football here as we welcome you back. They're looking at second down now as they search for a consolation score. Oh, and this is going to wind up a safety.
You know me pretty well. I'm going to give a lot of credit to the defense whenever a play like this happens. That's a coverage sack. But if I'm being truthful, you can be too careful with the football as the quarterback. He's got to find a way to get rid of that.
Boy, it felt like he had the ball for 10 seconds. That's just way too long at any level, especially the National Football League.
Putting a major stress on your offensive line and the people blocking for you. Get rid of it. Play another down.
They'll fake the give to Ingram. Now Jackson. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Reuben Foster picks it. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Throw to the right here, taken in by McLaurin. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39.
They completed the screen on the perimeter, but boy, that was textbook defense. Exactly as you're taught to play against a wide receiver screen, and they snuffed it out for a loss of yardage.
Now a fake on the give here as they try to run pass option. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So that one will be accepted. So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. Second down, Haskins. Forced out to his left. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. And give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a fourth down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Here we go. Touchdown. Watch one. He's crashing. He's checking crash.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He goes underneath to Ingram. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. But, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.